Are there viable alternatives in energy production in your view?
Yeah, we as CEA definitely advocates a we need it all approach. Even the reports commissioned by the MPC, it was actually a few years ago, facing hard truths on energy. Even the and this was a heavily dominated oil and gas industry report. They're saying we need it all. The fact is that the world energy requirements are going up, populations are going up. China and India are achieving, I'm sure it's a well-known story, have these rising middle classes, and they're demanding more energy. And so we're going to need all types. And CEA advocates for the production and use of all types of energy. I guess where we draw the line is where policies and regulations try to pick winners and losers, and we're actually not for that. We believe the market should decide that.
Can you walk us through some of the economics between developing infrastructure for existing fuel sources and also the production costs of existing fuel sources versus exploring and investing in alternatives? In other words, from a cost basis, how do the alternative fuels stack up with the known or existing fuel sources?
Solar and wind are renewable energy sources. They have made exponential gains in reducing costs. Are they as cost effective as, say, natural gas and some fossil fuels at this point? The answer is no. Should they still be part of the energy mix, and should we still strive to create policies that encourage their use? The answer is yes. The advocates who say we need to end our addiction to oil. The fact is we're going to be using conventional resources for a long time. The BTU content of a gallon of gasoline is hard to replace. And with the renewable energy resources, there are also other kind of issues associated with that. We were talking earlier about the lock of the China government on rare earth metals. The fact is, the United States and other countries decided not to produce rare earth metals, and we closed, I think, the one mine we had a while back. And the Chinese government has put export controls on those rare earth metals at this point. Those are important to wind turbines, to hybrid cars, et cetera. And so, the cost of those have jumped by 5 times at this point. And so that, the other issue is, lithium for the batteries for cars. I mean, there's no silver bullet. And so, we believe that it's important for society that, achieving cleaner production of fuels, both traditional and non-traditional, are important. It's an important, we need to get together as a country on energy policy and create an atmosphere that promotes all kinds of energy. That's what we're for.
Is that the major beef, if I could put words in your mouth, that you might have with existing federal policy or national policy on energy? Is that?
Well, there really is not a coherent vision. We don't have kind of a comprehensive national energy policy. I guess that's my beef. We kind of take bits and pieces, and that may be a problem with the political process in general. The last kind of comprehensive energy policy we put together as a country was Energy Policy Act 2005. That took 4 years to pass. And the sad thing is that the bigger and more complicated these packages come through, the harder the political process, the harder it is to get it through the political process. I do think that as a country, though, we are a little bit short-sighted, and we let what I term as the vocal minority kind of decide how we're going forward as a country. The fact is we can't have an energy policy or produce our energy as litigated by the courts. We are too litigious of a society, and we need better oversight and better processes to make these projects happening. And that's, I think, the big issue with companies operating in the United States. And it's not just the big oil and gas companies. I think it's some of the wind and solar companies that are trying to site their projects are experiencing some of this as well. I'm not sure what the solution is, but I think that we need to develop more proactive, comprehensive, and kind of cleaner ways, and when I say cleaner, more efficient ways of getting policies together and getting projects up, and not letting the NIMBY, not in my backyard folks, kind of gain the upper hand. And that's frankly, that's in large part what CEA is all about.